Hi guys, I wanted to come on here and make a video because I was asked a question this week, and it's, do you believe people know that they're too much? Or do they know sometimes when to back off? And I think that's where we have to set proper boundaries. And I think this video is going to be all about boundaries. Some are healthy. Some are to just, keep us safe and comfortable, while others are to protect our sanity. So, everyone's boundaries are different. So you really have to think what is best for you and what's going to work with you in your situation, because what might work for me might not work for you. Like, for instance, I require a lot of space. Like, I personally can't deal with someone that needs to be, around me all the time, needs to speak to me all the time. I really can't handle that. Over Easter, I was talking to my cousin, and she was like, how when I was younger, I was just so talkative. I was just such a curious kid. Like, I had no filter. I would literally ask whatever question it is I wanted to ask. But then also on the flip side, my mom was like how I was very quiet. I was very to myself, didn't really like the big crowds or anything like that. And it makes me think, like, that's my dual personality. Like, I can fit in any situation, and I can literally mold myself into the perfect situation for the most part. And now getting older, there's just certain things that I realized I placed myself in, or, I allowed. This is where we have to take responsibility for how, our life is going. But I've allowed other people to control my outcome, or, control my actions in certain things. And that's where boundaries need to be set in. And to me, I think people know what they're doing. Like, I feel like people are well aware of what's going on. Some might agree with me, some might not. Well, depending on the situation, first of all, that's what I'm going to say. But there are people out there who like to dump their problems on people. Or I'm not going to necessarily say like to dump their problems, but they've made it a habit to find people and constantly talk about just their issues. And I'm assuming they're completely oblivious to the situation. But let's just think about it. Imagine if a person calls you or wants to be around you, wants to hang out with you, and all they do is talk about themselves. They maybe not even for like a second ask you about you, but then in a split second, it's right back to them again. And it's almost as if the moment you talk about yourself, they zone out, they don't really seem like they're engaged in the conversation and stuff like that. How is that going to make you feel? That's also why I say too, if you leave your house and you come back even more exhausted than when you left, you really have to pay attention to the person or the people that you went to go see and who you're around. More times than none, we don't even want to do certain things with certain people. We're just used to saying yes, or used to needing or having something to do. But, me personally, on the other hand, I like my space. I have 4 kids, so I really can care less about, having even more people in my space. So, and normally too, which I haven't been apologetic about, is when I get wrapped up in my own world, I disappear. But I think that's also, a good thing, because it's like, if I don't have the capacity to be that person that you might need me to be, or I don't feel that's good enough to put myself out there, then I will revert back to into my shell until I can be good. until I can refuel myself, recharge. I think that I really didn't notice it until getting older. And now they have a name and words for everything now. So it's just like, I guess subconsciously, I always did whatever it was that my body needed in the moment without actually paying attention and knowing that I was doing it. Like, for instance, I was vegan for maybe like a year, and I gave my body that break to be off the meat and, you know, like there's certain dairy products, stuff like that. I mean, I really wasn't a big dairy person anyway. It's like, I'm really not into the milks. Like, I'll do yogurt, like cheese, and I can care less about it. I'm big on eggs though, but that I really didn't have too much. And I gave, you know, my body a break for that. And then like when it comes to the drinking and everything, like I stopped that. Like now I'm a year no drinking, and then like I used to smoke, so now I'm like 2 years without that. So I know when I need to give myself a break and when I need to back off of something. And you know, those also too have to come with healthy boundaries. If there's certain things that you know that you may not have the strength to continue right now, or you just don't want to do it, you have to be able to say no, and enough is enough. Or, you know, I'm not comfortable with doing that right now, so I'm going to have to stay away for a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. And if someone doesn't respect it, then they don't need to be in your world. And that really shows how they think of you. Or, because I was going to say, you know what, I'm just going to say whatever it is that is on my mind. I was going to say that, you know, maybe they really don't think that they're hurting you, or maybe they really don't think that what they're doing is a bad thing. But realistically, in my head, I think that if the roles were flipped and they had habits that they wanted to stop, or certain things that they wanted you to stop doing, or certain stuff, and you didn't respect it, oh, they would have a fit. Oh, let me cut this person off. They're not listening to me. They don't care about me. But why can someone do that to you and get over on you? And that's just perfectly fine. What, because you made it comfortable for them and you don't speak up about your problems and stuff like that? No. That's where you need to learn how to set those boundaries and let those people know, you're not going to do this to me anymore. If you don't like it, you can go. If you can fix it, then we can have a conversation. But if you do not like how I'm trying to live my life, then you gotta go. Too many people want to keep you in this same bubble or same idea of who they want you to be and how they like you to be and how they've gotten comfortable with you being. And then the moment that you change, they think like, man, like maybe I'm getting left behind. Like, what's their problem? Why they act like they better than the next, this and the third? It's nobody acting like they're better than anybody else. It's just at some point, people want different. People want to change. People have different responsibilities that they have to take care of. That's why I say when you get older, your circle gets smaller. But it's more of quality over quantity. And that is a thing. Like when you're younger, you like to be with a whole bunch of people. Well, some people, not to everybody, but it's just like you are with a lot of people. And then when you get older, those people start dropping left and right. There's no bad blood. There's no problem, no issues, no nothing. I mean, unless it's different for the other side. But, you know, you got to think about it. What about this person and them changing bothers you so much? Like, what about their boundaries that they have set towards you bothers you so much? Like, do you not want to initiate your own growth so it's more comfortable for you to see them be the same right along with you? But is that love? Like, do you really care about that person enough? Because I feel like if you love someone, you should be able to either support them, assist them in any way that you can, or if you can't, take a step back. And that's perfectly fine. Or at least be honest with the person and say, you know what? I'm not in that space in my life right now. I still want to party. I still want to have a good time. I still want to smoke. I still want to drink. I still want to keep talking, you know, to this person in this relationship, and I know it's not healthy for me. we have to be honest, and we have to be able to properly express our boundaries so a person can know what they have to respect or not. Because for me, it's really hard. With that idea, like I said, people know what they're doing before they do it. I assume that it's like, okay, you just coming out here and you just disrespecting me because you just feel like it, and you think that I'm gonna be the one to just let you get away with it, and it's not gonna be like that. So I cut people off, and sometimes that's not good, because it's like, how do I give the person the opportunity to change if they want to change? But I feel like if you really loved and cared about me and respected me, you wouldn't be doing certain things to begin with. But still, that goes back to what I said at the beginning. Am I putting too high of expectations on people to be a certain kind of way? Because I mean, let's just say if we flip that. I'm doing something to a person that they don't like or they don't want me doing, and they don't voice that to me, and then they cut me off. I personally would not say anything about it. I'd probably be like, okay, that's their choice. They did whatever it is that they felt was right. So be it. Like, maybe later on down the road, we'll cross paths and have this conversation. If not, okay. Maybe, like that ship has sailed. And a lot of people might not think that that's a good way to look at it, because it's like, you cared about the relationship. How come you didn't really do your part to reach out or see what was going on? So I kind of get it on both ends, if I'm being honest and real with myself. It's like, in one sense, it's like I can easily cut off someone just because they're not doing what I want, or I guess like I'm hoping that they will guess whatever it is that I need or I want. But then on the other end, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling, but that's what I do. I love to talk. So I'm just really glad that I got back into the making videos and posting and stuff like that, because it actually gives me an outlet to get my feelings out. And whoever it is that I can help and maybe feel as if like I understand, or as if like we're going through the same thing, then I'm going to continue to do that, whether anybody likes it or not. But yeah, I'm just going to leave you guys off with that. And just know that you're not the only one that's trying to protect your peace, and you're not the only one that may be struggling with boundaries, or, may need to set more firm boundaries. Like, this is a video that is telling you that it's okay to protect yourself, and it's okay to look out for yourself, and it's okay to say no. Like, don't be somebody's dump bucket. Like, don't have anybody do things to you that they wouldn't want done to them. Like, that's not okay. And, practice. When the more that you do it, the easier it will become. And you don't have to worry about trying to hurt somebody else's feelings or, anything like that. Just try to be firm with your message. Absolutely. But also in a way where the other person may be able to receive it. So, I really hope that, you guys are listening on more videos, and I really hope that things turn out well for us all. At this point in time in life is far too short to be anything but happy. And we really need to do everything that we possibly can to help the next and love on the next. And, show somebody that anything is possible. Thank you.